around. We're not gonna settle down. I never worry, 'cause I'm out of my mind. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now
I'm your host as always, Steve Hall, and
I've been running, come no start no trouble with me. Tryna keep it peaceful is a struggle for me. Don't pull up at 6 a.m. to cuddle with me. You know how I like it when you loving on me. I don't wanna die for them to miss me. I guess I see the things that they be wishing on me. I hope I got some just.
All right, it's time to get cozy with y'all. What time is it? You guys, I'm such a morning person. I can't with myself. I literally can never sleep in. But it's about 6 a.m., 5:59, October 11th. And you know, I got this cute setup now. You guys, I'm trying to make my YouTube a little bit more interesting. But, you know, I do what I can. I'm an amateur when it comes to this kind of stuff. But I wanted to sit down with you guys this morning. I got my pumpkin spice coffee over cardio coffee. Her coffee is amazing. Like, I am such a big coffee person, and honestly, if you haven't checked them out, I'll put the Instagram right here. Make sure you go order yourself some pumpkin spice. I also tried the chocolate donut one. Amazing. But if you haven't been to my channel before, my name is Morgan Lindsay. My Instagram is Morgan Lindsay Fit. Kind of my motto and what I want to bring to this channel is change your mindset, you will change your life. Because I really feel like if you know, take the time to really invest in yourself, and you know, that's on all levels when it comes to health, I really feel like you can live a much happier life. So that's kind of what I always remind myself every single morning. But I kind of wanted to give you guys an update just on my improvement season and why I decided that my last show was going to be my last show for this year. So as you guys know, I've been on prep for quite some time, and I'm a super driven person. I'm always going to be that way. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. I'm super competitive. I'm always going to want to strive to do more, and I just felt like at this point in time my priorities have changed a little bit. You know, I'm 28 right now. I just turned 28, and I really want to take the time to focus on myself and my business and kind of where I want to go career-wise. You know, I was in the corporate world for 8-9 years doing IT recruiting, sales recruiting, and you know, I took the leap of faith to invest in my business, and I feel like I've done a good job so far, but there's so much more that I can do. But I'm very limited when I am always dieting for a show. And the other thing is that I really started to lately just not be like 100% on my diet, and that's the truth. I'm always someone that's very like to the T, like I need to do this. And when it came to my prep, I was falling a little bit short, going over my macros, like, you know, just not being as disciplined as I normally am. And so at that point, I knew that I needed to take a step back in order to take a step forward. So I was going to do my last show in the Philippines for this year. International shows is something that I am going to probably start doing next year. It's just, I really want to see the world, and I feel like it would be a really cool experience to tie into competing. You know, competing can be expensive in itself. And, you know, with all the travel expenses, you know, instead of going somewhere in the States, I'd rather utilize that money to go see different places. But I decided that right now I can't commit 100% to a diet. I don't want to commit 100% to a diet. So I decided that it would be best for me to just take an improvement season and focus on myself, focus on my business. There's so much more that I want to do, and I'm not able to do that kind of dieting like I mentioned before. So that is kind of what I am doing right now. I don't have a show in mind for 2019. I'm not honestly even thinking about competing. And so I kind of wanted to go over what I'm doing now as far as reverse dieting. So as I mentioned before, I was having trouble like sticking to my macros 100%. And when you're going through that, it means sometimes you have to look back and reevaluate why you're not able to. And for me, I was getting burnt out from being, dieting so hardcore. My roommate and I hadn't even gone out since like she moved down here, and she's also a competitor too, but I just haven't really had like much of a social life, and I just feel like I was starting to get extremely lonely. Just, I didn't even really realize until the last few weekends that I've been like going out and like having fun and having obviously like more energy to do things and spend time with like my friends that I haven't seen. And so I'm always someone that's like, keep going, keep pushing, but I do feel like at some point in time when it comes to competing, an improvement season is necessary. And that's kind of what I'm doing, and I felt like the best way to handle it was to just not think about competing for a while, to really make sure that I'm competing for, because it brings me happiness, not for other reasons. So that's kind of what I'm looking to get out of this improvement season, to figure out, to kind of get that itch for competing again, because I felt like it was becoming pretty much like my life, and I didn't really realize like what normal felt like until now. I'm extremely happy right now. Like I'm maintaining a good weight. I am not necessarily like sticking to reverse macros. That was another big thing for me. I didn't want to do a reverse diet, so I started doing a ton of research on what I could do to kind of give myself a little bit more freedom, but not put on a ton of excess body fat super quickly. I'm someone that I feel comfortable at a certain body weight and the way that I look. For me, when I'm going to the gym and I'm working out and I'm eating healthy, like I want to like see that when I look in the mirror. I can't go through, a bulk phase. I think mentally I can't handle that, and that's just me. And to each their own. There is nothing wrong with the bulk at all, but I'm someone that I'm content with the way that I look now, and I like to be in shape year round. That's just the way that I am, and some people may not agree with me, but that's my personal preference, and everyone has their own preference when it comes to how they want to look. So I just started doing research and trying to figure out, what would be best for me at this moment in time. So I'm going through a maintenance phase right now. So basically, what I'm doing is I have macros, but those are like target macros, and they are what I think would be my maintenance calories coming off of a show. A maintenance phase can be anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks, and then so I am on this will be the end of week 3. I'm going to do 4 weeks of this, and then I'm going to go a little bit lower, definitely not a diet at all or a cut, but just be more strict with my macros. So 4 to 6 weeks of a maintenance phase, and then be a little bit more strict, and then I'm going to go back into a maintenance phase. And that's kind of how I want to do my improvement season, and then in turn I will slowly keep increasing my calories. Cardio. I struggle with anxiety. I mean, I've had that since I was 13. Like, I can't cut out all cardio. Cardio is something that I like to do. That's like what makes me feel good. Like, when I go into the gym and I don't sweat, I feel like I didn't work out enough. So I definitely feel like I'm going to keep cardio in my routine. I play it off of how I feel. Like the other morning I got up, I was, walking on the treadmill on an incline, and like 50 minutes had passed because I was like so into my phone and focused on what I was doing. Yesterday I went to the gym and I did 20 minutes on the stairs. So every day is just different. I kind of go off of how I'm feeling, and that's really what I want. Like, out of my improvement season is to focus on health and to kind of get away from all these like processed foods and, I don't know. I just felt like for a while, like I was really struggling like with food, and I've never really struggled with food before. And there was one night where I went out and I literally lost control a little bit of Morgan. And the Morgan I know, like, just doesn't do things like that. because I always have had such good discipline. So I knew that me losing control, which is perfectly okay. We all lose control sometimes. It doesn't even matter what it is. I didn't beat myself up for it. I woke up and I was like, you know what? Like, I need to find a different method because this method is not working for me. Because, again, it's like I can't go over my macros. I can't go over my macros. And so some days I stick to my macros and some days I go a little bit over. But if I go over, I really try to pick something that's healthy. Like the other night, I was done with my carbs for the day, but I was really still hungry. I had trained legs, so I decided that I was going to do like granola and Greek yogurt, which it's a perfectly good option. So I'm trying to pick like whole foods if I want something over my macros. And then I've noticed that as time has gone on, I've really been able to just be closer and closer to the macros that I had set for myself. And then, you know, like last night, I went out and my roommate and I, like, we went to BJ's and we didn't overeat. We ordered a couple of things and it was honestly just nice because I don't want to say no to those things right now. We're going into the holidays. I think every holiday event or every, like, family event I've been to, like, everyone's like, well, Morgan's not going to eat. And it's like everyone can eat what they want. But sometimes, you know, you just got to, like, live a little bit. I love high intensity workouts. Like, that's what I want to, like, incorporate back into my life. I really miss, you know, doing those type of things and incorporating, having the energy to incorporate that into my workouts. So that's kind of where I'm at mentally. I'm feeling really, really good. I'm super excited to just be able to get back into a routine and be able to grow from here and see where life takes me. I feel like 2019 is going to be like an amazing year, and I'm really just excited to see kind of what happens with my body. I'm all about like experimenting. I want to see what works best for me. It's really about trial and error. There's no right or wrong answer. So I suggest like finding something that works for you and kind of going from there. And don't be afraid to try new things. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't work, but at the end of the day, like, you have to be happy and you have to be able to be comfortable in your own skin. And I know with social media and comparing, you know, everyone feels like they owe an explanation, but you really don't owe anyone an explanation for what makes you happy. Your mind can change, and it doesn't mean like you're not doing something right or you're a failure or whatever it might be. If you screw up on your diet, like, just get up the next day and set mini goals for yourself. I literally take it day by day. I don't like stress myself out too much anymore because I feel like then you just get way too hard on yourself and you get down, and then it's just like a spiral effect. So try to be positive. That's why I always say, like, change your mindset, change your life. So if you overeat or you're struggling post-show, you know, use those calories for your workouts, or, you know, try to replace them with something healthier like the next day. Just don't be too hard on yourself, and remember that, you know, all that matters is that you're happy at the end of the day. And as I've gotten older, I've really, you know, it's so true. You are in control of your own happiness. So just focus on that. And yeah, that's really all the updates I think I have for now. But hope you guys like my new little cute setup. I'm about to go do fasted cardio. Just wanted to chat with you guys. And yeah, if you guys have any other questions, please comment down below. I'll try to get back to them. And yeah, let me know what other videos you guys want to see. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Love y'all.